In our last episode, we were undergoing a flight evaluation and were attacked by colonial fighters.
Something's wrong. The coordinates check out. But where's the fleet?
We're looking at it. What's left of it. My God. What the hell happened here? There's no colonial wreckage. We lost the battle. Maybe the whole war.
How? Not even the Black Fleet could do that much damage.
No. But something did. And whatever it was, it tore a hole through an entire world.
What do we do?
Check the area and look for survivors.
I figured I'd give you a brief preview of what the cockpit looked like. I personally prefer to play this game third person because it reminds me of Freelancer, and I just feel I've got more peripheral vision this way. But we were sent here to rendezvous with the rest of the fleet, and it looks like the entire fleet was wiped out. And we're trying to figure out why or how that even happens. Because the original plan was to attack the colonials with an all-out offensive, a blitzkrieg. But it turned out, well, they had a secret weapon we weren't aware of.
Enemy fighters inbound. Weapons free. Engage the enemy. Switch to machine guns to strip down their shields.
And I'm doing exactly what I did in the previous episode, tearing down their weapons, their shields with with machine gun fire, finishing them off with a missile. But you also notice that I'm switching to my plasma weapons to finish off their hull as well. Which, when I get the strike suit, that's going to be my primary way of dealing with fighters. And you'll see that if the missile misses, I just finish them off with a plasma bolt. Now, the Apex fighter can equip up to 3 different types of missiles. In the first episode, I had it loaded out with 2 S-25 FCM Mk1 missiles, which basically are lock-on anti-fighter missiles, and 1 set of rockets. This one I've got 2 sets of rockets and 2 sets of fighter missiles. And the reason is because we're going to be fighting some corvettes and frigate later on, so I wanted to have that kind of firepower. But later on, when I do get the strike suit, it's just going to have rockets on it. Rockets, machine guns, and plasma weapons.
Folding out. Area clear. Let's keep moving.
I kind of like the trails they leave behind. It kind of reminds me of the light cycles from Tron.
Mayday! Mayday! This is Captain Edward Carrow of the UNE frigate Mercury. We're under attack, and our defenses are down.
This is Flight Leader Reynolds, Mercury. We're on our way. 407, getting close. Protect the frigate.
Reynolds, we're trying to get the turrets back online. It's going to take some time. Just keep them off us till then.
And you'll see this game takes a lot of visual cues from Tron, as far as the bad guys having a red trail and the good guys having a blue trail. But in canon, I suppose the fold technology developed differently on the colonies as did on Earth, so naturally the colonial ships would have a different trail than the Earth ships, or at least that's my headcanon for it, and I'm sticking to it. There really isn't a lot of lore for this game, which, you know, I'm a little sad to hear, but I guess I'm spoiled because Star Citizen has... The game isn't even out yet, and it's got entire novels, practically, of content written out for it. But this game does use a lot of, like, common sci-fi tropes that you'll see in anime and other forms of science fiction. Like, particularly the whole, like, colonies versus Earth thing. I mean, that's very much Gundam. And the transforming fighters. That's it's a little bit of Gundam and a lot of Macross inspiration. But the designer, the art director for the ships, is a Japanese man. He developed, it was a DS title. I'll have to find the name of it. But he had a very interesting take. His art style was inspired by Western influence. So when you typically think anime, you think more of like Japanese influence style. So that's actually gives this game a pretty unique ship design and art style. Because the ships both look really cool and they're also very practical.
Plasma turrets and missile bays are now online. The Mercury is now fully armed and operational. Enemy corvette folding in. When she fires torpedoes, move to intercept.
Alright, now I'll show you why I loaded so many rockets. These rockets will eat a Corvette up in seconds. If you can, hit the thing. Now, the Earth Defense Force doesn't have a Corvette. They instead use bombers, which we'll get to use later in this game, so you've got that to look forward to. But when it comes to Corvettes, just use rockets and your plasma cannon and your set. Particularly, you could use the plasma cannon in link mode. It'll take them down faster. Now, our special objective for this map is to make sure none of the torpedoes hit the carrier. We're not to that point yet, but this is a good opportunity to practice intercepting the torpedoes. And I've got a little trick for doing that I'm going to show you later. And you'll notice that when I deployed my EMP, it takes a little bit of energy from the thrusters. Like I mentioned earlier, make sure you're not full burning when you're trying to use your EMP.
Thanks for the help, Reynolds.
What the hell happened here?
Where do I start? We had the entire fleet waiting for them. We thought we could end this war once and for all. But then they folded in with something. I've never seen anything like it. Whatever it was vast. And surrounded by some kind of storm that stopped our drives dead. After that, they just picked us off one by one. We're lucky any of us are left. When they were done, they hung around just long enough to test a new toy on the world below. Whatever it is, it's headed for Earth.
What do you want to do?
The last attack folded in from a short distance out. Possibly from a staging post or patrol route. Reynolds, take your wingman. Go check it out. We'll finish our repairs. Report back the moment you find anything.
Copy that. You heard him, Adams. Let's go.
Got our orders. Let's fold out. See where they're headed. And that's one of the things I like about this game. You feel like you're part of a military unit, so you're not just this one-man badass taking out everything. Though, kind of feel like that towards the end.
Just hang back. Do you see them up ahead? It's a Colonial attack team. They're headed for something, and it's not the Mercury. Just sit tight. I'll see if I can work out where they're going. Mercury, we're tracking Colonial activity. They're going somewhere in a hurry.
See what you can find out, but keep your distance. Do not engage.
See that. Moving into position.
Now, even though they say keep your distance, they really mean full burn to the waypoint as fast as possible. I was using this opportunity to take stock of my inventory, about how much ammunition I had left. I really like the visual style with this game. It's kind of cartoonish, but still realistic.
Our contacts. Looks like another attack team. They've spotted us. Adams, weapons free. Mercury, we're under attack by a Colonial AT.
Copy that. Dispatching a flight team to your location.
Flight Leader Reynolds, Mercury said you needed assistance.
Copy that. Take out those fighters.
Honestly, just ignore the fighters and go straight for the Corvettes. Because any survivors are going to jump to the next part of the mission. And you don't want these Corvettes getting through. And they're fairly easy to take out. Just rocket them to death until they've got a little bit of health, and then wait for the last rocket to hit, and then double hit them with the plasma cannons. But you can see how fast their health drops. And now that those are done, go straight for the interceptors. Which they don't have a lot of HP, so one rocket will take them, one missile will take them out when their shields are down. The regular fighters take one MK1 missile and a couple shots from your plasma to bring down. Now, I don't know if you heard that, but when a ship gets hit and is about to explode, it makes like an aircraft stalling noise. I don't particularly like that because, after all, it is space, and there really shouldn't be any noises in space, but I can understand from a creative perspective that you want to, give the player some audio cues. So, it's not completely immersion breaking. It's just a little, it's unrealistic.
We're heading out. Adams, stay close. We're going after them.
And of course, they cut scene right before I was about to finish that guy off. But you'll see why I wanted to take out those Corvettes first.
Mercury, we found what the Colonials were after. There's a UNE carrier pinned down by an enemy capital ship and multiple attack teams. Sir, I think it's the Arcadia.
She's still in one piece?
Barely. We're heavily outgunned here, requesting immediate support.
We're on our way. Keep them busy.
Arcadia, this is Flight Leader Reynolds. Captain McCallum, are you there?
Copy that, Reynolds. I didn't think anyone else survived.
There's a few of us, sir. Need any help?
I think even you might be outmatched this time, Reynolds.
Don't worry, sir. The Mercury is inbound. Sit tight. Adams, Colonial Corvettes are targeting the carrier. Take down the torpedoes and scratch those Corvettes. Keep your distance from the enemy frigate.
Okay, so if I had let those Corvettes jump through, we would have had one or possibly two Corvettes going for the Arcadia. And since our objective is to prevent any torpedoes from hitting the Arcadia, we want to make sure we take out those two Corvettes first, as soon as possible in the previous section. Now, what I'm doing is you can change your target priority with the T key, and I have it set to torpedoes. And so when I hit the F key, it'll target the nearest torpedo, or if there are no torpedoes, it'll target the next mission objective, which are the Corvettes. But even if I'm not targeting a torpedo, the target priority name will go from gray to white, so that'll give me a visual cue that there are torpedoes in the area that I need to take out. So this is one way you can keep up with torpedoes and stay on top of things. It's a little trick that I'm sure some players haven't used yet.
Arcadia, this is UNE Frigate Mercury. It's good to see you in one piece, sir.
Appreciate it. Now take down that capital ship. Adams, target the frigate's flak turrets. That'll give the Mercury's torpedoes a chance to break through.
And, I really like this part because you're given your objectives. Take out these flak turrets so the torpedoes can get past. So you really feel like you can contribute to capital ship combat because you're small enough and quick enough that you can get in there, take out these individual turrets, and get out. And it's really easy. You just hit the F key, and that targets the nearest turret, and you go for the turret. You chain link plasma it down.
Flak turret's destroyed.
Mercury, go in for the kill. Reynolds, Adams, provide support.
And my way of providing support is taking out all the other turrets. Because while the flak turrets take out ships and torpedoes, the plasma turrets do damage to capital ships. And in later missions, we're going to need to take those out to keep our fleet alive. So I'm just going and taking out the plasma turrets now. I don't have to, but it's good practice. Frigates and cruisers have weak spots, and they're not marked on your UI, so you have to know where they are.
Sir, the frigate's preparing to fold out. Shall we go after them?
No, let them go. We're in no shape to chase them down.
And there's one right here on the tail end. Just up a little bit. And you can tell it's a weak spot because it causes secondary explosions in the ship. And you can actually take out a capital ship by yourself doing that.
Area secured, sir.
But not for long. We need to get out of here.
Captain McCallum, the enemy are taking their weapon to Earth. They're going to destroy it. We have to go back.
And do what exactly? We're outgunned and up against a weapon we don't understand.
Captain McCallum, I've been monitoring communications in the area. I can help.
Control, where are you?
I'm still at the Thule facility, Captain.
I thought they'd shut that place down.
They did. I stayed.
And we'll come to you. Is Thule secure?
Not anymore. This transmission will have been detected. The Colonials will be coming.
We're on our way.
Who the hell was that?
That was Control. You want to stop the Colonials? She's our best shot. All ships prepare to fold out. Transmitting coordinates now.
So who is this Control, and what does she know about this new weapon? And actually, what is this weapon that the Colonials have? We'll have to find out in the next episode. But first, our endgame score. And you can see I actually didn't do too bad. I had a 89.10% accuracy rate, and 55 targets destroyed. And I believe I get a silver medal on this as well. But that was episode 2. Please stay tuned for episode 3. And I will see you in the next episode.